Hey all, I welcome you all to Bhadra Academy. We are in very continued series wherein different sections of CUET we have been, uploading different geography and geology related topics. In last sessions, we have covered primary activities. There was one lesson in which we have covered secondary activities. But in this session, we are going to cover tertiary activities. So let's discuss about the concept of tertiary activities. Now, if I talk about the tertiary activities, what is this tertiary activities? What do we mean by this tertiary? Oh, pardon me, guys. So there is one spelling error. This is not secondary. This is tertiary. All right. So tertiary activities basically, see, primary activities was what? It was basically related to the primary things. For example, agriculture, fishing, those were primary activities. Secondary activities was related to basically manufacturing activities. If I talk about the tertiary activities, they basically encounters the service sector of the economy. Right. So that is what being written, that tertiary activities basically provide services to either individual or business. And you know what? What is the importance of the service sector? They basically help in adding value to either primary or secondary sector. For example, growing of a potato, that comes under the primary activities, all right. But if I see that chips are made from potato, how will you make it? Of course, you need to set up an industry. You need to set up the plants where the manufacturing activities of chips will be done. Right? That is a secondary activities. But if I talk about tertiary activities, it's simply selling up of that packet of chips to the market. That is services. All right, so that is why it is written that the importance of tertiary activities is that it helps in supporting and improving the productivity in primary as well as secondary sector, which is undoubtedly very crucial for economic perspective. Now let's talk about the characteristics of tertiary activity. So if I talk about the characteristics, yes, it is intangible in nature. What do you mean by intangible? You cannot even touch it, right? There is no equipments which you can touch it. It's just that these are intangible. Next is dependency on primary and secondary sector is of course there, right? Then how will you provide those services, right? You need to have rely on the output of either primary or secondary sector, right? Next, direct contact with consumers. Many services, as it has been clearly said, that they require directly interactions with consumer. For example, education sector. Right. For example, you want to take admission in Bhadra Academy for your preparations. So in that case, you need to contact, you will call them, right? That, okay, what are the services? Please let me know, so that I'll check the market, that what kind of services Bhadra Academy is giving me. On the basis of that only, you will be taking admissions here, right? So yeah, that is what is bringing a healthcare and education is primary importance here, right? Next is job creation. Job creation, by here I mean that tertiary sector job often involves skilled professionals and service oriented roles. So these are important in tertiary activities. So that's why these are the characteristics of basically tertiary activities. If I talk about the types of tertiary activities, so there are different types. For example, trade and commerce, whether it be retail trade or wholesale trade and commerce, it doesn't matter. Next is transport and communication also come, because see, this is also services, right? That is being done, in which there is either movement of good or people through either railways or airways or waterways or roadways, right? And communication services like telecommunication and internets are also coming under this. At the same time, financial and banking sectors is also coming under the tertiary activities. Then comes health services, whether that be hospital or any region where the quality of life or things are improved, right? So yeah, though they also come under the tertiary activities. Not only them, education and training comes under this. For example, Bhadra Academy, the kind of services that we are providing it to you, these are also coming under the tertiary activities. At the same time, if I talk about tourism or hospitality, yes, this is also a service sector. Public administration, professional services, whether that be legal service, whether that be accounting service, consulting service, or any expert services for that matter, with which direct consultations are involved and your queries are being solved rationally, objectively, yes, they are coming under this tertiary activities, right? So these must be clearly known. Now, the question also stands that what are the factors which influences the tertiary activities? Let's talk about those factors first. The first one is economic development. Economic development means, what do I mean to say here? See, if there is a country which is more developed, then of course you will observe that their tertiary sector is quite developed. Take the example of Japan, take the example of US or European countries. If you see this, then their tertiary sector is very, very highly developed, right? Because the thing is that here the skilled man forces are there, and you get to earn more from it. Next is, if I talk about urbanization, as the cities grows, undoubtedly demand of services, whether that be retail service or transport service or healthcare service, they will tend to bound to increase, in fact, right? If I talk about the technological advancement, yes, automation and digital platforms have expanded the reach and efficiency of tertiary sector in present day era, whether that be IoT services, whether that be internet services. You will see that these services are booming like anything for that matter, right? Next is, if I talk about globalization, yes, there is increased global trend and communication foster cross-border services as well as international businesses that we are observing, and these are the impact of basically tertiary sector, or the factors which are influencing the tertiary sector, because these are the factors which either leads to increasing of the service sector economies in particular region or decrement of it, right? So this was all about the description of the service sector economy. I hope that this was a clear understanding of this topic. We'll be conducting the thing in other I'll be coming up with any other topic for that matter, for sure. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thank you guys, thank you for listening to the whole video. Thank you very much.